Like and subscribe. Darling Radio. Like and subscribe. Darling Radio. Like and subscribe.
Let's get Notework. I think that's your name, Notework.
Nah, it's noteworthy.
Noteworthy. Okay, I didn't see the whole thing. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I just wanted to come on here and give you a shout out. I think it's really important what you're doing. You know, growing up in New York, there's always been like a big Caribbean presence, and I used to always hear a lot of negative comments from like my Caribbean friends. Maybe their parents would say, "Oh, Americans are stupid," or "Americans are this."
Yeah.
And I never really understood what they were saying. I kind of felt like they were talking about white people. But really, it was a lot of hatred towards Black Americans. And that's something that I couldn't understand because my parents were more Pan-African. Like, we're all just Black.
Right.
But as time went on, you know, even when I first started watching your documentaries, I had a perspective of global Blackness. But I'm starting to see that they don't view it like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's funny, I went over to the UK. I kept telling people I'm Black American. And they kept saying, "But where's your family from?" And I said, "How come y'all never do this with Jamaicans?"
Right.
Why do I always have to know something about a village in Africa? Like, I'm explaining to them. Now, transparency, I do have some Caribbean lineage, but my family over here, like, we didn't have like Caribbean dishes cooked in the house or listen to Caribbean music.
Yeah.
So the culture that I've connected with was always Black American, and I'd never heard any negativity from like any Caribbean family, so I really didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Until later on.
Yeah. And thank you, brother. It's real deep, man. See, the foundation of Black American culture, we don't do that stuff. We don't be like, stay away from them Caribbeans or stay away from them Africans. That's not our culture. They do that all the time. I hear that all the time. Some of these African immigrants and Caribbean immigrants, their family sitting up here warning them about us. Like, we ain't doing shit to you. We're not doing anything to you. But that's a projection. A lot of that is projection. Because when we look at some of these cats coming over here, they come over bringing some of the scams they were doing over there, bringing them here. Our family, our FBA families, we don't sit around here denigrating people based on their ethnic group. We just don't do that. Like when I hear some of these guys call up talking about, yeah, I got jumped on because I was Haitian by a bunch of FBAs when I was a kid. That's all cap. That's a damn lie. You probably got jumped by some Jamaicans. We don't do that. That's not in our culture. That's not in our culture to sit up here and jump on somebody because of an ethnic difference. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. So they try to project a lot of weird stuff onto us. All right. Who's this? Coach Kiga. It's K-Mac. What's up, Coach? What's going on, Coach? Hop in, Coach. Turn the microphone on.
Can you hear me? I'm here. Yeah. Appreciate you having me on, man. I never catch the live. I always catch the replays, but I do appreciate you. But I just wanted to say, like, it's weird that you got some people, like when Paul Wall went on Breakfast Club, they know what FBA is. Then you say you got other people saying it's a group, it's all this other crazy shit, and we know we know it ain't that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the weird part. And then like, your boy over here trying to double down on it. He taking shots at you on his IG. I saw that earlier. I just thought it's just real suspect about the dude. But I mean, we know what he is. Everything coming out of him.
Now, which guy are you talking about?
Oh, Fat Joe. He was taking shots at you on his IG.
Oh, what he said?
Oh well, no, he ain't say nothing. He posted Mr. Lizard Mouth. He posted something about FBA's being a hate group and all that,
Oh,
and he reposted that. So I thought that was just kind of. I'm like, all right, I mean, I guess he won it.
mm-hmm. He's still trying to double down. He didn't. It had already backfired on him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's a bad look for him. Fat Joe is looking real weird out here in these streets. And you know who else is co-signing Fat Joe? Little old Pete Rock. Pete Rock has been taking his shots. Pete Rock is trying to talk slick because Pete Rock is the Jamaican tether. So little old Pete Rock's ass, he's been trying to take shots. Pete Rock, you've been trying to get my attention. Pete Rock, you need to get some hits under your belt, Pete Rock. I have to go in a time machine and go back to 1996 to give a damn about you, brother. And Pete Rock and Common, they got a new album out. I think it got Grammy nominated. The album didn't sell worth a damn, but it got Grammy nominated. So the album didn't even chart in the US, but it got Grammy nominated. So, you know, I wish you the best. But yeah, Pete Rock, come on, man. Well, you been fell off. Come on, brother. Don't even try that. You dig? Let's get Davinsky. Is this Dr. Davinsky, the Australian white supremacist? Dr. Davinsky. What's up, Dr. Davinsky? Then we're gonna get African pride in here. Dr. Davinsky, what's happening?
Assalamu alaikum, brother Tariq.
What's going on, Mr. Davinsky? How you been, brother?
Yeah, Merry Christmas. I hope you have a good one. It's going to be a beautiful white Christmas. Shout out to all the divestors leaving the black man for the white man. We're going to have the eggnog and we're going to wear sweaters. We'll take some family pictures with some pumpkins or whatever you guys do.
All the crooked wigs. You take all of the crooked wigs off of us. Yeah, the women.
You're the foundational black authority. That's hilarious, Tariq. Have you had a chance to debate Fat Joe yet?
No. Fat Joe, man. His name is mud out here in these streets right now. Everything is kind of backfired on him. So, he ain't looking too good in these streets. But what's happening with you, man? Where's your lady?
So, well, I mean, I don't know, man. It's like I wanted to have I tried to get a pass for a couple threesomes a year, but she wasn't down with that. So right now we're on a temporary break. I'm going to the DR though. So after the new year, I'll be heading to the DR, and is gonna have some fun down there. So yeah.
All right, hey man, it ain't tricking if you got it. It ain't tricking if you got it. There it is. African pride, hop on.
Yo, Tariq,
What's going on, Mr. Pride?
not much. So, a tether is
Go ahead.
an immigrant who undermines FBA, right?
Yes, like yourself.
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
But
You're a tether.
so do you take back when you called Burna Boy a musty tether?
No, because he was kind of saying some little slick stuff like a tether.
He didn't say nothing crazy. I
Well,
mean,
no, he kind
he
of
didn't.
some little slick stuff about our culture as he cosplays as us. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of said some little slick stuff. And
He said that FBA's lack knowledge of self, something that black activists been echoing for years.
yeah, but
That's like it's not out of pocket.
damn it, you can't sit up and talk about we lack knowledge yourself and you up here trying to cosplay as us, sampling our music and trying to look like us. You're not looking like a Nigerian artist. You look like a foundational black American. So don't sit here saying that. You sound like a
So that makes him a musty tether?
yeah, that's musty tether talk. Now I don't know if he is a tether or not, but that's musty tether talk, and I like his music. I like some of his music. But you're not going to sit here and wag your finger talking about we don't have knowledge of self and all of that when you're sitting over there, the majority getting smacked around by the white minority and Asian minority over there. Come on now. Right?
Okay. How about this though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of gatekeeping, why not just get rid of black?
Get rid of black?
Yeah, get rid of it like locally and legally.
What sense does that make? What do you mean?
Like you know how the United States tried to call Asians yellow, like in the mid 20th century, and they just didn't participate in it, and it just went away.
Okay.
Kind of like the same thing. Just stop, get rid of black, and you know what I mean, and just identify as a foundational Black American. That way you don't have to gatekeep anything.
That don't really make no sense. And we already identify as foundational Black Americans and not African Americans. And if you want to go there, talking about what the white man gave, the white woman gave your country the name Nigeria. Why don't you change your name of your country?
I'm not Nigerian, but
Right. Okay, but
what does that got to do with anything?
lineage is over there. You're a continental African, and you're speaking of Vernacular and all of that. So you have somewhat of a camaraderie with other continental Africans. So why don't they change the name of the country over there? Huh?
I don't know, but you don't think that that's a good move to get rid of black?
No,
I mean,
no, and
everybody identifies as black. I mean, the immigrants who identify as black, as long as you identify as FBA, you won't be caught up in that group. Or
what do you identify as?
me, African.
I mean, but now Africa is pretty damn big. When you're in Africa, you identify as African. What do you identify as over there?
Hey, I don't want to be me put in a box. I'm just African.
No,
You know what I mean?
y'all know, because y'all got a gazillion tribes over there. So yeah, you're not even being honest about that. You don't have African pride. This is what I'm saying. Change your name from African pride because you're too ashamed to even say what you call yourself over there. You're being vague. You have no African pride. See, I got FBA pride. I ain't got.
No, I don't want to. I don't put myself in a box because
Okay,
I've gone through a lot of.
box your ass out of here. I don't want to hear all that shame tether talk. You can't even name what tribe you call yourself over there. You know you do. You don't call yourself African or African pride. You ain't got no damn pride. We got FBA pride. See, we stand on our lineage. We ain't got no problem. We'll tell you where our families are from. Alabama, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? We're foundational Black Americans. We ain't no shame in that. We stand on that. Yeah, miss me with all that nonsense, dude. Let me get our brother Eric Johnson in the building. Let's get EJ in here. What's up, brother EJ? Turn the mic on. Yes, sir. How are you, brother?
Tyreek, you there?
Yes, can you hear me? Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
You can hear me, Tyreek?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Wait a minute, y'all.
Oh, I can't. No.
Thumbs up if y'all.
Okay, let me have him come back up. I could hear him. I could hear him. I don't think he could hear. He couldn't hear me. All right. So I have him call back up. All right. Let's get Elevate in the building. Elevate in the building. Elevate. What's up, brother?
How you doing, Mr. Nasheed?
I'm good. Elevate. How are you, sir?
Man, I'm doing well. You know, practicing some self-discipline, reading late, early in the morning.
What book now?
What'd you say?
What book you reading now?
The Way of the Superior Man. At this point.
Oh yeah. Good book. Very good book.
Yeah, I got it from Nipsey. I heard y'all talking about him earlier. I just heard him talking about it on the podcast. I figured I'd pick it up.
Oh yeah. What's on your mind, brother?
Man, I don't know. The world's kind of weird in my perspective right now. I mean, I'm 22, trying to figure it out. You know, so I'm just attacking it without no guidance for real.
Yeah, man. You gonna be all right, man. You young, man. You got a lot of time to experience things and make some mistakes, learn from the mistakes. So yeah, you got time because you got youth on your side. You ain't got too many responsibilities. So this is the time to get out here and kind of explore and see what's out there and just experience life. It's very important to go out there, getting experience and learning things and seeing the world when you're young. That's how you accumulate a lot of game. And people will look at that game, and that game turns into wisdom. You got to be worldly. You got to get out there traveling, guys. You got to get out there and hit the pavement. All my 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds, get out there and explore the world. Get to traveling, get your passport, go around the country. Just go visit different cities first, then hit up different countries. And just interact and vibe with people, man. That's why when y'all hear me talk to folks, I can listen to people and kind of tell where they're from damn near immediately. I can tell what part of the country they're from just from experience. I've been all over the place experiencing people and vibing and then going around the world and experiencing the world. But just here in the United States, man, just there's so many phenomenal brothers and sisters here on this soil. That's the thing, man. That's why we have to take pride in our own culture, because we talk to fellow foundational Black Americans, man, and we all have phenomenal, interesting stories if we just really sit down and network and chop it up with people, man. When I travel the country and I just run into random people, even when people come to our events and we just get to talking about their family, I learn phenomenal things about people's personal families that were historically pertinent. Like, I meet somebody from Mississippi, they're like, yeah, man, my granddad was the first Black man to become a lawyer in the whole state. And I'm like, oh shit. When I went to I was in Cincinnati. There was an area called Lincoln Park. I think that was the area. That's like a suburb of it. I think that's the name of it, which was a prosperous all Black area at one point that they were telling me about when I was there. Just little stuff like that, man. I learned so many phenomenal trivia tidbits just from talking to everyday average people, man. You think that they're average, you don't know what their background is. Like like a few months ago, I was talking about, there's a Black man from Kentucky who was a very wealthy potato farmer. He was the king of potatoes. He got out of slavery and became very wealthy, being the biggest potato grower in the United States. A lot of folks don't even know about him, but I was talking about him and one of his descendants called up. He's like, damn, you mentioned one of my relatives and I heard the name in the family, but when you mentioned that, that made me ask the family some more questions. And yeah, that's one of my people. Man, y'all don't understand. Y'all got your FBAs, y'all probably got some phenomenal ass people in your family tree that y'all don't even discuss no more. Because we're progressive people. We're always looking forward. We're always looking for change and growth and doing new stuff. But man, really dig into your family. Dig in and look at their background and see what's popping with them. I remember LL Cool J, they did like some ancestry thing on him. And he found out like his biological grandfather that he never knew. He never met his biological grandfather. He died. But his biological grandfather was a boxer. He was like real big on boxing, and LL was like, shit, that's why I've been a boxing fan all my life. On my albums, I was boxing. In my videos, I was boxing. And so that's where I got that from. Yeah. I was talking to my dad. I was down in Texas at my brother and sister's house, and my dad was down there. And just, some of my dad's people from Selma, and he was just telling me just off the cuff, like, yeah, when they were doing the march and the stuff at the Edmund Pettus Bridge, yeah, they were at my sister's house. They had to go regroup and set up 10 cities at my sister's house down in Selma. I'm like, damn, okay, shit. How come y'all never told me that? So yeah, they were down there at one of my aunt's houses in Selma, helping to organize the Selma March down there, the March on Selma. So yeah, my family was involved in that, and I didn't even know it. We got an amazing history, man. We start digging into our history, talking to family members. Yeah. You never know what's up. What's up, Tal? Go to bed, buddy. Go to bed. My son is up, walking in here like a little bitty cat burglar.
In the heart of nature, we find our true strength, a connection to our roots, to the land, to each other. Introducing Rootwork deodorant, infused with the potent power of High John the Conqueror root. Embrace the natural strength and resilience passed down through generations. Feel the purity of natural ingredients, harmonizing with your body and spirit. Rootwork deodorant, bringing you in tune with nature and with yourself. Rootwork deodorant. Connect, empower, thrive. Available now at rootworkstyle.com.
Sonic Radio, like and subscribe. Sonic Radio, like and subscribe.
Let's get Global Pioneer in the building. Global Pioneer, what's happening? Global Pioneer. Unmute your microphone, brother. Global, unmute your microphone, brother. Shit. Hey, when I'm trying to get one last call and then it's a janky ass call. All right. Global. This nigga sound like he rummaging in the bushes. Are you over there spying on somebody? He called in the middle of spying. He's spying on his baby moms. This nigga baby moms went to Red Lobster with a new nigga. He's sitting up in the bushes with some binoculars. Oh, hell no. That's up. Is she bringing leftovers to my kids? Don't be having niggas bringing no Red Lobster to my babies. He's one of them dudes. He's one of them niggas. He only come around when there's another nigga in the mix. Oh, I want to see my kids. Nigga, you ain't seen these kids in 4 months. Don't be having no nigga around these babies now. You know, my baby allergic to crab legs. Don't have my baby eating no Red Lobster. I came to check on my baby. My baby gonna break out. All right, Global, you in here, man? Let me get you out of here. All right, yeah. Because he got baby mama problems. All right, let's get what's his brother? Premier Mike. Let's get Premier Mike in the building. Mr. Premier Mike in the building.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to know, how do you find out if you are foundational Black American? How do you find out your lineage? And I was just asking for myself, where would I go to find out that info?
Hey, shit, man. You should know from your family. That's
No. I know, but how do you consider yourself, like, how do you consider yourself foundational Black American? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what is the standard, so to speak, if that makes sense. Sorry.
okay, yeah. The standard is, was your family here at the founding of this country? And that's a question. Was your family here?
At the founding of this country?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now how do you know that? Now I know that my family was here because of DNA and because of census records. I can trace it back. I can go back to the beginning of the United States, right before the United States was built, to the 1750s.
Yeah, I don't know if I can go back that far, but I can go back to, like, where my mother was born. I never knew my father.
Okay.
I grew up in a single Black home. We grew up in the projects. My mom didn't know her father. So and I know, like, we have, like, some French Creole in our family. We have some Indian in our family, but other than that, like, I don't know if we came from, I don't know my tribe, if I came from Africa. Like, so all I know is America. I grew up in the hood, in the project, so I'm trying to.
Now, your mother's mother, where's she from? Your grandmother, where's your mother's mother?
From the projects in Sacramento, California.
Okay. So, and how old are you? You're in your 30s?
Nah, I'm 47.
Okay. So that means your grandmother lived in the projects in the 70s, right?
Right.
Okay, how did she get to Sacramento? She either came.
See, it gets cut off. I don't know. It gets cut off like I don't really know my family history like all in depth, but I just know like the basics, if that makes sense.
Okay, did you meet your grandmother?
Yeah, I met her. She was real like uh I was really young, so I really didn't really like have a conversation or remember the conversation with her, but I've met her before. I have pictures with her.
Okay. And you don't know where she's from? Shit.
Man, I know that's weird that you say that, but uh, I'm thinking the farthest that I can go back from my family, because we're all my family that I know is from like Sacramento, California. So,
Oh, never
um,
had no family reunions?
man, not recently. So it's just like we're just scattered.
Yeah, and kind of weird to not know where your grandmother is from because she's not from Sacramento. She had to come from somewhere, either immigrated from another country or came from the South. If she's black, right?
Right. And I don't have no families from no other country. Like I don't have no like this is my African side of the family. Like all my family is black folk.
Okay. So I can understand that you don't know your dad. That's one thing. And your mom, your mom didn't tell you where your grandmother was from? Your mom didn't say shit?
Yeah, my mom is passed, but like I'm thinking we probably might be from Louisiana. I'm thinking that's what I'm getting just from past just conversations with family, but that's where we're at.
Okay.
So that's why I just wanted to know, like, what was the stipulations become or the standard for being a foundational Black American? I just wanted to get some information and clarity.
Okay, first of all you have to do is just find out where your parents are from and where your grandparents are from. Your grandmother, if you knew your grandmother has a birth certificate, brother. Look at the birth certificate and see where she was born. And then see what her mother and father's name was. It's on the birth certificate. And then see where they were born. You trace it back like that. And if you can go all the way back to the 1870 census, that make you a foundational Black American. All you got to do is just trace the parents back. That's all it is. Slavery wasn't that long ago. You think? It wasn't that long ago. My grandmother was alive the same time Harriet Tubman was alive. Okay? So all you got to do is just start tracing back the parents and grandparents, and then you'll see. And you'll go back a few generations. It's not hard at all. It is not hard whatsoever. All right. Let's okay, this one of these, the Indian dudes, Dr. Himyat. I think that's your name. Doctor. What's up, Doctor? Doctor, what's up, man? Unmute your microphone, Dr. Hermnat, whatever your name is. All right, Doctor. Okay, I think he's plotting to come over here with Vivek. Now, Vibes, you raising your hand a lot, Vibes. Let me get Vibes back in here because Vibes had something to say. Vibes, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up? What's up, Flex? How you doing,
I'm
brother?
good. What's up, Vibes? Oh, where you at, Vibes? Unmute your mic. Vibes, unmute that mic, brother.
Yeah, can you hear me, brother? Sorry about that, brother. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Vibes.
Yeah, I'm sorry about I really want to touch on that subject of lineage, man, but that's not even the question, to be honest, that I'm here, man, because I'm going to touch on it on a little bit. I'm from LA, man. My family, my mom's side came over from Louisiana, my great grandmother. They settled in the like the 50s of the Vermont and the Hoovers.
Yeah.
And my mom had me, I'm 33. So I would say this, and my mom, I'm gonna give you a little history, man, because I know it's kind of late, and I know you're trying to get the heck up out of here. But my mom's, she did drugs, and my uncle sold it, 56 in Vermont, and my grandmother was a hustler. You know, everybody know my grandmother and the Hoovers.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Flex, I really never knew my father.
Yeah.
Now I told my mom about it. I was like, Mom, who is this dude? And he grew up in the jungles.
Oh, damn.
He grew up over there. Yeah,
He was
so I'm like, okay, is he Belizean? Because you have a lot of Belizeans that's mixed in with the black population over there.
yeah, and a lot of them
You,
tones are Belizean too. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So my mom was like, nah, he was from Arkansas.
Oh,
And Flex, I'm about to be honest, man, I have a last name that's not even my father's name. I have a whole another man's name. That's how much the drug. She come from that drug crack era,
yeah.
you know. And I have a name that's not even my father's. I'm a junior to somebody that's not even my father. That's how bad it was back in that time, Flex. And you know how I go.
Yeah.
So, but I had at least my mother was like, nah, he ain't Belizean. He from Arkansas somewhere.
Yeah.
Cause I knew his grandmother. I knew his mom's. So and my mother, see, because a lot of these people that be calling up saying they don't know where they from, just talk to your mom. Your mom know where your dad from, dude.
Yeah.
Like let's be honest, man. Yo, and I was telling my mom, like, is he a foreigner? Like, is he? He was like, nah, that dude's from Arkansas somewhere. Like, I knew his grandmother, so I never really knew my father like that. But I know he wasn't Belizean because, like the jungles, he used to run in the jungles back in the '80s. You feel what I'm saying? So you would be kind of like, okay, is he Belizean or is he, Black American FBA? So that right there, people know where their family is from, dude. You don't really got, just tell your mom, ask your mom where your family is from. She'll tell you. If you don't know your father, she'll kind of give you some history about that. It's not hard to do.
Yeah.
A lot of these dudes just call up and say, oh, I don't know. No, dude, your mom know where your she know if she slept with a foreigner or not. She know
Yeah.
that. Like we need to stop that whole argument. But I want to say this too, Flex, before you get off. I want to ask you, man, how can FBA have a small population but get political forms still relevant? Because in California, we're probably only like what 5 to 8% of the population that's FBA, and you have a few foreigners that's here. But how can we be more political aware and have more things pushed when we're the smaller minority? Because that's what's going on in California. I went into my mother. She retired from the city of LA, and every time I used to go over there, because my mom created a big, nice wealth for herself. Either, she did the drug things back in the '80s, but man, a lot of these FBA women at that time, they kind of cleared things up and got things going and created wealth for themselves. A lot of people don't know about the FBA women in LA. Yes,
Yeah.
some of them was on drugs and all that, but later on, they created wealth and they created their families into like they did their thing. And we have to be honest. A lot of these tethers that call up all these, no, dude. A lot of our families, they was on drugs at one time, especially in California. If you're from LA or anywhere in the country, but they cleared a lot of that stuff up and they got things going. So I
Yeah.
want to say, and then when I went to LA County, because my mother retired, she owned 3 homes. She retired. She did great, and that's where I get my inspiration from, to be honest. And I was going to say, and I went into LA, the LA City Hall. It's all Latinos and whites. And I'm going to say one more thing too. A lot of these Latinos that's in California, sometimes you really don't know what they are, because a lot of the Latinos in California look white. I'm about to be honest.
And they do.
Yeah, they do. See, because you won't really kind of tell. You can kind of tell with the man because the man is kind of short. I'm not trying to get on my Mexican partners, but a lot of y'all dudes is like 5'1", 5'2". Like, and I'm not even trying to clown, but I'm gonna be honest. But a lot of the women, they look white. But until you talk to them, you like, yeah, I'm Latino. You like, what the hell? So I want to ask you this: how can we become, as FBA? How can we become more stronger when we have less numbers? Like, and that's everywhere in the country. How can we become more influential and getting things done when we have less numbers, brother? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Good. Well, do the same thing in the Asians. The Asians, they have small numbers, but they get a lot of stuff done because they just are hella on code. That's how they get stuff done. When you move on code and everybody's on the same page politically about what you need to be getting and certain tangibles, you'll get stuff done. And it's a lot of us. All we got to do is just get the hell on code. A small number of us got on code in this last election, and we crashed the whole party out. And they know we crashed them out. Can you imagine if all of us got on code? It's 43 million foundational Black Americans. Imagine us on code. What wouldn't we get done? We get anything done we needed to get done. That's why they don't want us on code. And that's why people are so nervous about us being codified about our lineage. Because what has happened is we've made our lineage the leader. The lineage is the leader. We're following our lineage. That's something you can't really infiltrate. That's why they keep trying to turn our lineage into a group so they can attack it, because it's hard to attack a lineage. But if you can try to compartmentalize it, well, no, you niggas are a group. It is a cult. No, no, no. We're talking about a lineage. And they understand the power of a lineage. And if people in that lineage are on code, that's a very powerful thing. So we're going to see a lot of tethers and people like that trying to dissipate the energy. Dr. Hermat, whatever your name is, Dr. Muria, hop in, man, because you were trying to talk earlier. Doctor, are you here? All right. Well, the doctor ain't here. Let me get him out of here. He was trying to talk earlier when I was talking to my LA brother. All right, but anyway, let me get up out of here, man. It's been real. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. A lot of folks in here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Go to rootworkstyle.com. Get your Rootwork deodorant. If you have not seen Microphone Check, go to microphonecheck.com and watch that documentary right now. Phenomenal film, microphonecheck.com. All right, I'm up out of here, guys. Put your cool.
Root work, feel that natural flow. Root work, stay fresh wherever you go. Root work, I like the way it feels. Root work, the magic is so real. Root work, you need it for work or play. Root work keeps me fresh throughout the day. Root work.
Radio, like and subscribe. Sonic Radio, like and subscribe. Sonic Radio, like and subscribe.
Brother Marak, hop on, sir.
What up, Tariq? What up, the fam?
What's up, brother? How?
Doing all right, doing all right. I did want to mention two things really quickly. The first thing was the whole discussion about gatekeeping blackness. Now, it is a lot of people. It is a lot of real FBAs out here who thoroughly believe that we should gatekeep it. I'm not one of them,
Right.
but yeah, this idea that having a double nationality isn't really a great idea, because blackness is a race and it's our ethnonym. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword to a certain degree, and that's why I kind of skate away from it, even though I have been on their side to a certain degree, talking about how you know fighting with other tethers about our ethnonym and what it means to be black when they don't even claim it themselves.
Right. Right.
But one other thing I wanted to mention as well was there's a lady that girl called in yesterday about our history and our enslavement and how basically Oxford has made it clear that there was no definitive transition to slavery to involve Africans until 1715. So who were these Negroes in 1619?
Yeah, there were definitely black people here. And yeah, on the census form, yeah, those 19 that they brought from it was, I want to say it was a Portuguese slave ship or something. They were on a French ship, but then the Portuguese got them. It was something real weird. That ship was intercepted, but they brought those 19 or 20 or so enslaved people here. But when they did a census form, there was already a whole bunch of black people already in Virginia. There were black people who were in North Carolina, brought in by Sir Francis Drake from Central America. in like the late 1500s. So yeah, we've been documented being here, definitely. And then you had the black people who were in San Miguel del Guadape. That was 1526 over in the Georgia, South Carolina area. They actually rose up against the Spanish and ran them out. And then these black people mixed in with the Native Americans there. When DeSoto, I think it was DeSoto, who came a little later, he ran into that Indian tribe and saw that the black male had married Queen Copita. He married one of the red native queens. So yeah, it's very well documented stuff. Very well documented. And then you had what was the other? It was one of those guys, one of those Spanish explorers went down to the Gulf of Mexico where New Orleans was, said he saw a bunch of black Indians down there. That's why, family, when you see them do the Mardi Gras down in New Orleans, there's a reason why they have the black Indians. There's a reason why. Those black Indians have always been in that area. So real deep history. Real deep history. But as far as the delineation and all of that, if people got some ideas on gatekeeping blackness, knock yourself out. If you think you can get some progress with whatever, I look at things from a legal standpoint. Again, I just look at it from a legal standpoint and what people can use legally. And there's a lot of people can use legally. That's why when it comes to us and our lineage, I stick to lineage, foundational Black American. That just makes everything simpler. Yeah? And it works. It makes sense. It's simple. It works. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. But anyway, let me get some more folks in here. Let's get Shaq G in the building. Let's get Shaq G, and then we'll get Nivek. I think that's your name. Shaq, what's up, brother?
Yeah, what's up? How you doing, Tariq? This is Shaq, right, out of Texas and Ben Harbor, Michigan.
What
Look,
part of Texas?
Huh? Dallas area.
Go ahead, brother.
But look, I've been hearing you, right? You say, I heard you talking the other day, right?
Right.
On the black thing.
Yeah.
And now you say black is a race, right? And you'll say, like, we got black Venezuelans, you got black Chinese men, China man, and all that, right? Now I got an issue with that because look, in them countries, even though some of the people might be dark, even in Africa, right? When you say that they were black, you will say the name of their country or the name of their tribe meant black. If it's not spoken in English, then they shouldn't be considered black like us.
Mhm.
They should be considered whatever language they were speaking, that's what they say they are. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you're gonna call somebody black, right? The only people that I could see saying that they black like us would be people that's part of our diaspora, which would be the people that were enslaved by English speaking people that called them black. You know, and I know it'd be hard for us to get everybody on track with that, but just because something hard don't mean that it can't be done. And then it don't even got to be a political purpose. You know what I mean? It's just like when we stop white people from saying nigga. You know what I mean? It just makes sense to a lot of us. And
But
you know,
but here's the thing. This is not my opinion. All right, let's be clear. This is not my opinion. I'm going by what the U.S. Census form. Now, yeah, some of those tribes over there, yeah, they call themselves something totally different. You go to, I've been in tribes with jet black people with afros over in Asia. Yeah, they call themselves a certain thing. But I'm saying if one of those groups came over here, based on how the U.S. Census, the way they classify things, that would give them a legal classification. A lot of these folks can come over and just be black legally. Right. That's either true or not true, right?
okay, yeah, but this what else I wanted to say. You
Right.
just made me remember. I got a little nervous, so I forgot what I was gonna say. See, a lot of us, it ain't about a political thing or a legal thing. it's about an everyday thing in everyday life where these people understand when they around us that they not gonna be given the pass to call themselves black in front of us.
All right.
Like we didn't allow people to say nigga in front of us.
Now,
Where they gonna get some straightening and understand that when they say, hey, what are you? Oh, Ethiopian American. Yeah. Cause you know, you're gonna get checked about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think we should take offense when somebody from a foreign country comes to America and considers themselves us. Because you not me, right?
Right.
If I'm a Brown, if my last name Brown and I got a friend come over to stay, they live with me for a month, they don't instantly become a Brown just because you live with me.
Now listen.
This my crib.
All right.
You heard? And you're going to have to follow the rules. That's all it is. That's why I say I feel like we should start flexing our, but you know, that's my opinion. And that's just, it got nothing to do with political.
Right.
It's just about being black in America and flexing on people that ain't from here. That's my opinion.
Here's
You know.
Here's the thing. That's cool. But if somebody from Kenya, like the guy who called earlier, he might be like, oh, I'm not black, I'm Kenyan. I'm not black, I'm Kenyan. If he comes over here, you do understand, does he legally have the right to say that he's black based on the census forms?
Oh, yeah. See, I guess on legally, you know, thinking about legally, but I'm thinking about like
I,
regular life. You know,
I,
things start from the, it's like a grassroots thing.
no, but
Start getting
regular,
some straightening, like, you know,
but
before we even think about legal. Get the, huh?
put down, brother. No. Regular life is governed by laws. All right. Everything you do in regular life is governed by laws.
Hey, check it out. In Michigan, look, we never followed the law on smoking weed. We were smoking in front of the police. I grew up halfway in
And
Michigan.
dudes got locked up in Michigan.
They couldn't lock up everybody. It got tiresome. So, you know, it got to a point they just smash it into the ground.
Hold on, one of my best friends damn near got a life sentence for weed. You know what I'm saying? Because he was distributing weed. So yeah.
No, I didn't say distributing it. I'm like smoking weed. I'm saying, like I said, they're just smashing in the ground. I'm like saying smoking it, right? And to the point that now is, you know, is recreational, because you can't stop it if people just doing it, right? So that's all I was saying, is like, if we saying we the only black and we regulating that on a grassroots level, that's just what it's gonna be, and it's gonna start snowballing. That's just my opinion. You know, I ain't political. You know what I mean?
Now,
but
you're going to enforce that. That's the thing. If you want to,
we enforce the niggas back in the day. I mean, it got kind of soft.
Dude,
with the
yeah,
youngsters, you know,
white boys. You go somewhere, white boys and Mexicans are just yelling "nigger" like it's water. They going all over saying that.
Well, things changed. You know what I'm saying? We stopped. I don't think y'all taught y'all kids how to enforce it. You know what I mean? The people that got kids, and I don't think they taught them to enforce that, because you got to start off in school enforcing that when you get around people that ain't from your culture.
Yeah,
you gotta, so they know when they grown.
But
you know, they done already got trained.
But you got people like Fat Joe, who's basically essentially a white Latino, because he's called himself white several times, and then he'll be black one week, and then he says, I can say nigga anytime I feel like it, I can say the N-word, whoop-de-whoop, and he's not being pressed by that, by nobody.
Yeah, because the generation before me was Pan-African, and they considered everybody black. You know, they like, oh, they black like us, you know. And we kind of believed it, man. You know, in elementary, I had a little African pendant. We thinking everybody, if they ain't white, they black, you know. So that's how it got mixed up. You heard? But, you know, now that we know it ain't that, it's like we got to get straightening again. People got to get back to, you know, standing on that, you know, you remember the saying, it's a black thing, you wouldn't understand it, right? And that was a big thing, right?
Yes.
So we just got to get back.
Thank you so much, brother. Listen, family, that's what I don't get into. I don't want to get into circular debates with other people like that, because you can't really enforce that. You can try, but I don't really want to get into circular debates like that. I'm too busy for that. Now listen, let me say this. If some of y'all want to argue with some foreigners about the lack of blackness or whatever, because yeah, I get it. These people don't really classify as black. When they get around here and if there's a check, let me tell you something, they flip. When you see some of these Juneteenth scholarships, it's a bunch of damn Nigerians and Ghanaians and Afro Latinos going for that. I don't like that at all. I'm vehemently against that. But legally and technically, they can get away with it because they can circle back to damn black. That's why I'm like, hey, foundational Black American, let's shut this down now. If y'all want to do all that, knock yourself out. I'm shutting this down now. I ain't got time for all that. I want to cut off the damn spigot right now. Foundational Black American, that cuts off the right now. And they ain't got no argument for that. You see, I don't do prison babble because sometimes a lot of cats got that prison babble mentality where you want to sit around and just debate incessantly. Damn that. I want to cut this off now. You ain't foundational Black American. That's it. And if there's a Juneteenth program or scholarship, make it for foundational Black Americans only. Make a Juneteenth program lineage based. That will shut it down. That's all you got to do. Just make it simple. I'm very simple and practical. If some of y'all say, "Oh no, hell no, I want to stand up for blackness. We got to own it. I's gonna fight for it." Hey, go knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. If you got the time to sit up here arguing about Kamala and all that, because that's what people were doing for the last few months, arguing back and forth, going on and on and on about how black Kamala Harris is. And she ain't black. Oh, she's black. Oh, she ain't black. She's black. My argument, she ain't foundational Black American. Now, everybody get the fuck out of my face. There it is. If you got the time, I just don't have the time. Some of you got time. I don't. I do not have the time to argue in circles with people. You know? And your argument shouldn't be consistent or shouldn't be contingent upon whether or not I'm going to go along with it. I'm not going to sit here and go along with no long ass debate with people. All right. Let me see. We got a lot of people in here. Let's get Brother Marcel. Let's get Marcel in here. Brother Marcel. I'm good, man. How are you?
Real quick. One, I thought you made it very clear that you can see both sides of the argument. So I'm not sure why people are trying to convince you of something that you already said you can understand. People, what you're saying is true, that racially people have been called black for centuries, for eons. But you get that here in America, culturally, when people hear black, they're thinking of foundational Black Americans and freemen. However, legally, people have been allowed from other countries to come here and call themselves black. You've already made it very clear. In fact, you've gotten on tethers who like to call themselves black, and then they'll go and start an Ethiopian American organization or Jamaican American organization, while we are the ones shaping and advocating for all black people. They will stick to their nationality or their tribe and yet dibble and dabble in blackness. So you said you get both sides of the issue. I do too. However, that's why I'm focusing on our status of freedmen and gatekeeping that. That's what I think should be our focus. The second thing I would like to say, well, really, this will be my last point because you kind of already just addressed what I was going to say, is the other Marcel that came up here. This is kind of something that Dr. Umar Johnson says all the time. And I did a little podcast. It's not really my thing. Hats off to you because it takes a lot of discipline to do what y'all do more than people realize. I had offered one time to debate Dr. Umar Johnson because he keeps bringing up that point about how we spend money and how we need to save more. First of all, our research into this issue shows that we as Foundation Black Americans save the most, more than any other group, even though we have the least amount of wealth. But we have to spend more of the money we have on necessities, more than any other group. That's by design. But two, no other group in America has saved their way into wealth. All the groups in America that have wealth was given to them by the government. We are actually the only group that the wealth we have was done, and that's in spite of the government sabotaging every single time we built ourselves up. So I just wanted to say that.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Very good information. Let's get Brother Smooth in. Smooth J.
What's up, Flex? Detroit, Michigan, man.
Oh,
A lot of these cats just, you've been stated this, bro, for years. You always stayed on the same stuff you've been saying. A lot of these cats are just jealous of you, bro. Let's just be real. Let's open it up. So you got some new cats coming over here, lost, and then you got cats that's been over here jealous of you because their events failed and not working out. So they trying to find any and everything to just push and hate, man. So that's really what it all is.
real
You look at the people. You said what?
I said real talk. I feel that.
Yeah, if you look at the people who's coming with these jesters and bringing this stupid stuff, it's the same people been hating for 3 years. Same jealous people, and they try to get popping, and it just don't work out. And I wanted to say something else because the cat came up here and brought my name up one day some days ago. I'll be working at night times. I'm a truck driver.
Yeah.
But we got these agents, this memes on this app that we got to watch out from, and watch out from people that try to start, amongst the groups, people, because they can't show their face. They suspect. You can't trust people like that. If they can't show their face, they can't stand on their business. They suspect. My face is on my app. I work with kids. All my work is on my app. I got my family. I've been having my family tree on my app, and them other cats can't do that. So, man, you can't take nothing from me to them haters out there. But shout out to you, Flex. I respect your work, bro. I'm a ride with you. And somebody come up to that museum with disrespect, I'm there. I'm up. But I land there.
Man, much respect to you, Brother Smooth. Shout out to Brother Smooth. Shout out to Brother Smooth. Let's get Nick. Nick in the building.
Hey, my good man, how's it going?
What?
Hey, Turk Nasheed, I'm shocked that you didn't call the gentleman that spoke before the one that just spoke out, because I'm pretty sure you have the amount of wealth that you have working for it, right? I don't think the government just handed you something.
I never got.
That's
I didn't get.
it, but he said that most of the people that have attained certain amount of success was given to them by the government. That's not true. There are people that actually work for what they have.
Which guy said that? I missed that one. Which guy said that?
The one before the one that just left.
Okay.
It says a group of people that got the wealth, it was given to them by the government. That's not true.
Okay.
That's a fact.
I didn't catch that part. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. How you been, brother? You good?
I'm good, man. I've been grinding for a green card, my guy.
Yes. Get that hairline. You go to an FBA barber to get your hairline straight.
Oh, he messed it up again, so I'm done with
It
him.
must have
So
been
no
one of your
more.
fellow tethers. It did.
Oh man, I agree, man. I'm gonna fix it though, so I'm not gonna cut it for the next 6 months. Let it grow, then I'll fix it.
Man, my man. All right, let's do your thing, brother. Looks like an oak tree by the head. But yeah, we got to get his hairline right. He's down in Florida. Speaking of barbers, I'm gonna be in Houston next week. So my Houston people, let me know some of the barbers down there. I got to holler at some of the Houston barbers down there. Where's the Houston family? I'm gonna be down there in Houston, kicking it. All right. A lot of folks in here. Do y'all want to get T.S. Giselle in the building? Well, let's get it over with. T.S. Giselle is here. We're going to get T.S. Giselle in the building. T.S. Giselle in the building. T.S. Giselle, hop on.
Good evening, everyone. So I'll be really quick, Tariq. You know why I'm here. I guess the cat's out of the bag. Coming in the spring of 2025, the FBA Gossip Podcast featuring Tariq Nasheed and T.S. Giselle.
Oh, no.
I'd like to thank my creative team. And so, Tariq, I wish you would have the pleasure. I wish you would have the pleasure to play the theme song to our podcast that's coming. The fans asked for this.
The
The
theme
fan.
song is "What a Man" by Salt and Pepper. It's gonna be about both of us. But anyway, what?
No, Tariq, I put it in the Jumbotron. If you can just play it for the space, it's only like a minute
Oh,
long. I think it's really good. You should play it for the space. This is the first listen. My creative team worked very hard on this. And so I think that your fans, excuse me, our fans, would love to hear it, Tariq. So why don't you give it a spin?
oh, I'm cool. I'm cool. But thank
Give it a spin,
no,
Tariq.
no. Only song I'm gonna play about you is "Dude Looks Like a Lady." That's it. But other than that, I'm not playing any other songs. All right. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. All right. Let me get some more people in here. Or and not doing no podcast. I'm gonna get the Kenyan man to sick one of them ostriches on your ass. All right. Let me see. We got a lot of people in here. Let's get let me see. Let me get Nivek. Let's get Nivek in here. Had you on earlier. You got down for some reason. Nivek, what's happening? Let's get Nivek in the building. And then we're gonna get the
Yellow.
what's up, Nivek?
Yeah, what's up, Tariq? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How are
Big FBA, man. I'm Gucci. I wanted to know, have you heard Kendrick's new release
somebody
today?
that shit is banging.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm talking about I believe in instant classics. I'm not with that give something some time or whatever. No. You hear the passion, you hear the delivery, the lyrical content. It is an amazing piece of art. For real, for real.
Yeah, so proud.
Um,
Did a
I'm
phenomenal job.
sorry.
Very proud of him. He did a phenomenal job.
Absolutely, for real. And a lot of buzz is going on right now as far as like put the quotation fingers up, black and brown coalition thing going on right now because he has a couple of brown artists on there and stuff like that. So uh what I pretty much want to get your take on that. You know what I'm saying? As far as him bringing the whole LA thing together and all of that, especially like with the pop up,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me touch on that because yeah, they the artists out here they got to really do the black and brown thing because that's their primary audience. To be honest, a lot of the artists they really got to kind of pander and do the black and brown thing because most of the radio programmers out here on the West Coast are Hispanic. When you go to the concerts, most of the audience goers are Hispanic. Even on Ice Cube's new album, he has a song with Be Real, and Ice Cube's his album is popping too. Ice Cube got a very good album. The Man Down album, very good. They got a song on there where they use a cameo sample. It's tight as hell. I forgot what the name of it. And my brother David Banner did a track for him, The Fighting for Paradise. It's a fly ass song. It's a good album. Ice Cube has a very good album. Y'all check out that Man Down album. But he has a song on there with Be Real, and he was beefing with Be Real when they were at West Side Connection. So, yeah, and speaking of West Side Connection, I really wish Cube and Mac 10 can, put their beef to the side. I know it's something that involved family, something that involved Cube's wife's brother, and it was a whole thing. And that's why we haven't seen the West Side Connection, but a West Side Connection joint would be fire right now. West Side Connection joint would be so damn fire. So, but I get it. I get what people got beefs. Sometimes there's some beefs that you can't really overlook. But my thing is, if Cube, you did a record with Be Real, you can possibly get back in with Mac 10. I don't know, but I'm not there, so I can't speak on other grown men's business. So I won't do that. I'm speaking as a fan, and you don't know what went down personally. Because look, I've had beefs with folks. There's some folks that I work with, some folks I wouldn't work with at all. Like Umar, I would work with Umar. I don't have a problem with Umar. I support what Umar does. I have a lot of respect for what Umar does. So yeah, I would work with Umar. I'd work with him again. And even though I've clowned and all that, we went back and forth, but I would work with Umar. I want to see him do good. A person I wouldn't work with in a million years, Yvette Carnell. When people be like, y'all need to get together. Nigga, in a million years, I wouldn't get together with no Strappy. Strappy's an op. Now that's different. That's some op. That's an op. No. I don't, once an op, always an op. Yeah. I don't rock with no damn ops. That's something different. So I get that. There's certain people that you ain't gonna never get down with. All right. Speaking of not getting down, we got the Nigerian dude, Crosshairs. Crosshairs, are you the GT guy? People are saying that you're the GT guy. And this is your Finsta account, Crosshairs.
No, he's GT.
Is that thing one of your fellow tethers, but I don't know. What's fine, Cross?
Yeah, I don't think Dr. Uma would work with you though.
I don't care. I'm just saying I would. I don't want to, but I would. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Because Dr. Uma respects Africans and you disrespect Africans at any chance you can get.
But you have a British accent, so you have no respect for Africa because you fled from it, sir.
I respect everyone that's melanated.
But you don't respect your own homeland because you would be there building it up.
But yeah, what I was gonna say is that don't you find it weird to read that you attack Africans more than you attack white people?
You attack Africa by fleeing from it and let it rot. You don't do anything for your own homeland. You have zero love for your homeland. You're sitting there with a British accent up there in London. So you don't have no respect for your homeland, sir. I have more respect for Africa than you. I've done more for Africa than you.
No, you haven't.
I promise.
But yeah, I just wanted to say you're an FBI agent. I'm a lander. Thanks to
that's sir. You don't have nothing to FBI against, sir. You don't have anything. What would an FBI agent need to do with fleeing tethers? Why would the FBI need to infiltrate that? The FBI has you musty tethers all in our circles. I'm never in your spaces, but you're always in ours. You see? I'd never go into tether spaces. Why would I go into a room full of must? I could give less than a damn about what y'all doing, but y'all stay up in our spaces. Every day, we have conversations among ourselves, y'all. Any space the FBA family creates, y'all up in there just musty to be damned. All in our business, ear hustling. It's never the other way around. None of the FBA family goes in y'all spaces. What do y'all have to say that we want to listen to? No disrespect.
From New York Times best-selling author Tariq
Darling Radio, like and subscribe. Darling Radio, like and subscribe.
But anyway, we got BB the bed wench in here. What's up, BB?
Oh, okay. How you doing, Tariq?
Good, BB.
I had a few questions for you tonight.
Right. And by the way, family, she's a Jamaican tether bed wench. So
No, I'm not. I have family from Jamaica. I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
yeah, you're a Jamaican. So I'm just giving the family a heads up. She's a pathological liar and a tether. So
Tell me how I'm a pathological liar, Tariq.
you just say shit to be saying it.
Now you say a lot of things too as well.
No, I don't, ma'am. And also, you try to lie about your lineage, and then you finally reveal that you're Jamaican.
Because that's the whole FBA thing. You always that's your go-to point.
But then you
where you
tried
from.
to hide and lie, and and eventually came out.
But why does that matter so much to y'all? Because that's all y'all have.
Because you're a liar, and a lot of tethers are liars and deceptive. But go ahead. What questions did you have, ma'am?
Okay, I had two questions about your museum actually.
Oh, really?
Do you guys own the Hidden History Museum, or is it a nonprofit organization?
What do you mean?
Do you own it? Do you own the building, or are you renting it?
Who would I be renting it from?
The person that you brought it from. that you rented it from?
Who?
You tell me.
You're the one making the accusation, so who are we renting it from? You made the accusation.
Well, on if I Google it online, it say it's a nonprofit organization. That means you don't own it, right?
What museums are not nonprofits?
But I thought that you had owned it, like you was buying it. Because I remember when you first came out saying about the whole museum thing, the video,
Try
and
it again. What?
saying that
Let's try it again. What museums are not nonprofits? Almost every museum is run by a nonprofit.
that is true. But
What are you talking?
I'm going off a video that you made before the museum was
What are
created.
you talking?
That's all.
Most museums are run by nonprofits. So what are you?
Okay, we got that. They are run by a
So what are
nonprofit.
you?
But what I'm saying is, do you guys own it?
Who else would own it?
Excuse me? What you say?
Who else would own?
Do you have a part owner or do you just own it, period, yourself?
Who else would own it?
That's what I'm asking you.
Okay, but if you're asking means do you have some information of somebody else owning it? Why would you ask me that? Who else would own it?
No, I just wanted to know because I remember when
Remember
you
what?
had first came out with the idea of the museum, because I heard that I heard a couple of people that went and they said it's like an art gallery or whatever like that. It's just pictures on a wall. So I'm just trying to figure out what kind of
What
museum it
else is in
was.
a museum?
A lot of things in museums. I've been to a couple of
But man,
museums.
it's better than the museum in your face.
I heard that it's like a laughing lounge. I heard like it's like a comedy lounge or something. It has a bar in there. It just have pictures that you guys printed off the internet. So I'm just trying to figure out like what kind of museum it is.
It's better than the museum in your failed homeland.
Excuse me?
It's better than the museum in your failed homeland of Jamaica.
I'm not. I have family in Jamaica. I've been here in Detroit almost 34 years,
That's
sir.
all that matters. It's better than the failed museum in your homeland. And
Have you ever been to a Jamaican museum
our
before?
museum is 10 times better. Now, what does that?
What museum? Your museum or a museum's
The
period?
Hidden History Museum, ma'am.
Sir,
We
you don't have anything in there.
people in here now who've been to the Hidden History Museum and they love it. It's better than your museum in your homeland. So, what does that say about you and your culture? Hmm?
I'm a
You're what?
that doesn't I'm not talking about my culture. I'm talking about we're talking about your museum and I'm asking
Our
you,
museum.
okay, look,
Look,
okay.
ma'am, our museum is better than your national museum. So that's what you need to focus on. How come your national museum ain't even up to par to our museum, beloved? Hmm? Let me get our sister Nikki in here. Nikki, hop on, beloved. We got sister Nikki. Nikki, go ahead, beloved.
I just wanted to put something in a jumbotron, hi Tariq,
Hey, dear.
for you. Just there you go.
Let me see what's in the jumbotron. Okay. Let me see. It didn't come in yet, Nikki. I didn't see it. It might take a second to get up. I don't see it yet, Nikki.
She's saying something about you pimping. Have we been pimped out yet? And then she hashtags Hidden History Museum.
Oh, yeah.
It's very offensive. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a tether. Again, these tethers, the hidden, thank you, beloved. Let me tell you something, FBA family, this is what I'm saying. The Hidden History Museum really made the tethers like this upset because we got something built very quickly and we didn't have to kiss white people's asses. And that makes tethers feel a certain way. The museum really with their self-esteem. The tethers got a real bug in their ass about our museum because it's fly and we enjoy ourselves and we have great events and we didn't have to suck white ass to get it. And we did it very quickly. Whereas you go to their homelands, their museums are dilapidated, they're raggedy, run down, little.
But your museum don't look nothing like the
Yes,
video
it
though.
does. It,
It doesn't.
yes, it
It
does. In
doesn't.
fact, there's more stuff in the real museum that was on the video that we put out explaining what's going to be in it. Go look at the video, and
What happened to
the video that we put out, it wasn't really nothing in the museum. We have more stuff in the actual museum than we had in the video. So we over delivered, and the community loves the museum. Whereas your failed community is so bad, y'all can't build anything and you have to flee here, beloved, because you were failed tether bed winch. That's the difference between us and you, right? Right, BB?
You're missing the point that I said. You wanna keep saying I'm a tether and I'm from Jamaica and all this.
Exactly, because y'all people from these failed cultures who can't build nothing always want.
And the style, what we like to call burning, you refer to it as rocking. Right. You know what I mean? That's what was taking place late 60s, early 70s, before we started hitting the floor, spinning around. That's right. You know, that wasn't occurring yet. And burning was more of a freestyle kind of a thing. It involved a lot of showing up the other person, embarrassing them. You know, you mush them in the face, you do all kinds of stuff. Right. There's a lot of style, a lot of comical stuff with it. All right, but we weren't hitting the floor yet. So you get a lot of people who are those early cats. Like my man Dancing Doug, Dougie Cologne. I would say 1974, 75. I first saw it in 75. They might have been doing it in 74, okay? But 73, it wasn't b-boying the way we know b-boying. Not that I saw, and I was around. It wasn't that kind of b-boy. It was the standing up, the pin drop, dropping back, maybe a split. You know, something you might see almost like on Soul Train, the locker dancer kind of.
That's breaking, that's b-boying, that's hip-hop? Absolutely not. So show me any of this Puerto Rican breakdancing where they doing it to the beat. And it's choreographed to the beat. Face. That's breaking, that's b-boying, that's hip-hop? Absolutely. Listen to this and think about it. If you're doing a flip, right? Or you're doing this spinning on your head or whatever, right? What does that have to do with the break? Name one thing that has to do with the break. You're saying they off beat. They off beat. Not only are they off beat, what are they doing it to? Right. What are you doing it? You could go, and you acrobating, you doing flips. That's breaking, that's b-boying, that's hip-hop.
They used to laugh and call me names, and at times they even called me crazy. Watch out, they go that crazy boy. Better watch out, they go that crazy boy. Watch out, they go that crazy boy. Better watch out, they go that crazy boy.
That's breaking, that's b-boying, that's hip. Listen to this.
always want to point the finger and project your jealousy onto us when we build some shit and we got lesser numbers and you're the majority and you can't build nothing. So just say that. You can't build what we built. Our museum is fly. You ain't built nothing. All you did was build a raft to flee from Jamaica and find you a white man somewhere, like the Bedouins you are. Right, BB?
Okay. Can I just ask one more question then, since
BB,
you want to keep lying?
no, you're the one lying, BB, with your jealous ass. You're jealous of foundational black.
Jealous? Why would I be jealous of a
You're jealous because you can't build nothing. You fled and you're over here in the shit we built, wagging your little tether finger, ma'am. Also, BB, you work in the medical industry, right? Aren't you like a nurse?
Yeah.
And another thing, family, FBA family, I want y'all to notice these nurses who work in the medical industry. Please be careful with your sick and elderly loved ones around these people, because I have a problem with these tethers who got a lot of little contempt for us working in the medical industry. And when some of our elders get around these people, they're very abusive. I saw a video of it was an elderly black man recently. I think this was in New York. And some damn Jamaican tether nurse was hitting him with a broom. And we got to watch these people. I don't like the fact that a lot of these vitriolic anti-FBA tethers are working in the medical industry. I got a problem with that.
That's real racist to say.
Right. Yeah, so we got to watch your little old dusty, musty tether ass and make sure our people are good around you. But anyway, let me get
Did you?
no, and that's real. Oh, I got to find that clip. I got to find that clip of this elderly black man getting beat on. He's about to whoop our ass too, by the way. But he's like, they're in a nursing home, and she's up here hitting him with a stick or some shit, and she has an accent. We got to watch these folks. It was another woman who called up from Arizona. She was living in Arizona. She was working as a nurse too. If y'all remember, she called up one of the Twitter spaces, and I think she was from Kenya. But she had a lot of contempt for foundational Black Americans. And we really gotta watch these folks, man. We gotta watch these people. TMC, what's up, brother?
Hey, Flex, what's going on, brother? How are you, man?
I'm good, man. How are you, sir?
Man, can't complain, brother. So,
All right, hey Chef. So it got to be packaged, right? So I got like two ways to look at it. So if your video from the 1930s, right, which people were on it, that was closer to breakdancing than what I just shown. Not denying it. But I said, Chef, I think I talked to you about it. I said, what did I say to you? I said, so that's where you think hip hoppers like got breakdancing from? Like, did they, how they went back and sampled music? Did they go back and see that video and say, hey, it's interesting. Let's get on the floor. So if you're saying, it's the argument is kind of all over the place, I think, because nobody's like being strict, right? So it's like, are we saying who are the first people to get on the floor and spin and do something like breakdancing? Then your video is gonna win. Your video is gonna win. But if we're saying who introduced that style of dancing to the hip hop era, I think my video is more convincing. But it's up. But that's where we're at. So it's like, are we the first to do it and just say, hey, I did it first? Or are we saying who introduced it to the hip hop era? As hip hop was being created, who brought the spinning and dancing to hip hop? And that's the debate. I don't think it's who was the first to ever get on the floor and spin at any time in history or any music. I think they're focused on the hip hop era. So, what was I gonna say? Damn. Yeah, so that's where they coming from. And then you see, look at DJ Faze. You say his argument. He like, yeah, they was on the floor spinning, and Charlie Rock was telling you when spinning didn't happen. He said what? He said he didn't see spinning until the 74, 75. He said nobody was spinning. Everybody was on the ground, and they'll get on the ground like Soul Train, get back up. And then DJ Faze said, man, spinning they ain't even hip hop. He said, what they got to do with, he's basically saying dancing and hip hop is being on beat at all times. So he was saying that breakdancing type of form, you can do that with any song playing in the background. It could be opera music, it could be hip hop, and even the Latino song you even heard. So he was saying like that dancing it's not only for hip hop. Like pop locking and things we're doing, that's like hip hop beat dancing only, break beat dancing only. You can apply that to like, I will always love you. You look crazy. But he was saying the spinning on the ground, the diamond, you can do that to any song, and it's like technically still off beat. All right, so that's it.
First of all, I'm non-FBA. I've been rocking with you since like 2004 when I was in college. Matter of fact, I'm one of the original 300.
Oh man, I love it. Love it.
Yeah. That's how long it's been, right?
Yes, sir.
I just want to tell you something, right? My FBA family, I really love you guys. Like my FBA family, you guys really educated me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've been married to my FBA wife for about 17 years.
Love it.
Right. And, her family really put me up on game, like real early on. And you'll be surprised, right? They taught me a lot about white supremacy. Coming from Africa, I literally had no idea how prevalent white supremacy was, right? And you put me on to people like Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, right? And other scholars, man. I just want to tell you thank you, and we really appreciate y'all. And I actually have one question.
Yes, sir.
What do you think we need to do to get like more non-FBA people on code? In our land?
Yeah, thank you. Good question. Just check them, man. Y'all need to check them before we check them. Because right now, the checking is hard. We ain't taking no bullshit. So it's just best to holler at them because now we got some straightening going on. We're getting all this stuff straightened out. We're checking everybody's lineage. We're checking everything. And just any form of disrespect, we're just not going to let that happen. We're just not letting it happen no more. Let's get Jabrizi. Yeah, just like with that Jamaican Bedouin we just called. Stuff like that. We're checking. Yeah. Jabrizi, what's up, brother? Jabrizi. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Uh-oh, hold on. Let's get the Misinformation Ranger. I don't really, speaking of Tether, I'm not going to have you on too long because I know he's going to start trolling. But where you been hiding, Misinformation Ranger?
Why you think I'm a troll, man? I just be having conversations with you,
Where you
brother.
Where you been hiding?
I've been here, been around, living in this world where Elon and the Pajits about to take over.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What's going on with you, man? What's on your mind?
I just wanted to ask you a question. What is your New Year's resolution, Tariq?
To make sure wide hip niggas don't come over here trying to undermine foundational Black Americans. So that means all eyes on you.
Yo, why y'all be editing people's hips? Like, Red Joke is a weird.
Nobody's editing your hips.
Doing that.
Nigga, you got
Oh yeah.
You got childbearing hips. Ain't nobody editing your hips. Them hips is real.
You think that's real? Hey, I want to challenge you in two things.
Well,
100-meter dash and
not in a hula hoop contest because you're gonna win that with them.
Nah. All right, cool. I'm gonna win the hula hoop. 100-meter dash and a bench press contest. You'll take up that challenge?
Yeah, I could take up the bench press, but yeah, against you, no, you got hips like FloJo, so I don't know if I want to run with them hips because you got all types of horsepower with them hips. So I don't know about that. But thank you for the call. Thank you so much. This nigga. This nigga's built like a post-op stud. I don't know what kind of build this nigga got. Okay, yeah, these niggas is weird, man. I don't know where these dudes come from. Let me get some more folks in here. We're in here heavy. We're in here heavy. All right. Let's get many flavors in the building. Many flavors in the building. What's up, many flavors? What's going on, many flavors?
Tariq, how are you doing, my brother? How are you today?
This nigga, oh God.
The thing is this, brother. How are you doing today, Tariq?
Man, you got to get the accent. God damn. You gotta figure out which accent you want to do. All right. You got to get the right accent going. Man. All right. Let's get some more people in here. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're ready to get it popping. Raise your hand if you are ready to get it popping. All right. Let's get Guapo Maine. Let's get Guapo Maine in the building. Guapo Maine in the building. What's up, Guapo?
Yo, what up,
What's up,
Tariq?
Guapo? How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm from
Oh,
Gardena. Jay from
oh
Gardena.
yeah. Shout out to Gardena, man. What's on your mind? Have you been to the museum?
Yeah, I was at both of the comedy events. I dapped you up both times.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. What's going on with you, man?
Yeah, shit. I was just wondering if reparations and shit go through, right? You're trying to get the homeless and like niggas with no bank accounts paid. Would that like halt it, and hold it up?
No, well, if they can trace their lineage, because a lot of homeless people don't have no paperwork, so you got to have some paperwork to kind of show your lineage.
Right.
So you got to be able to trace your stuff back, and a lot of homeless people don't really have documentation like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what it is. And then there's some pitfalls there, but that's not going to stop everybody else from getting what they're supposed to get. Let's get Mario. What's up, Mario?
How are you doing, Mr. Tariq Nasheed? Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you, Mario. You got about 3-4 different flags up there. Where you from, man?
And now it's because I'm half Kenyan, half Congolese, but I live in the UK for my accent. You can tell, innit?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is to help out. This is to that baby Moultrie girl. Yeah, she's dumb. Let me break it down to her so that she can understand. You own the building where the museum is, so therefore it is private property. All museums are non-profit because they're not out for making money. They get money through donations and through grants. That's how they work.
Yeah.
So you can do whatever you want to do with your museum because it's your own private property. So she needs to know that, and I know she knows that. So when she's talking about pimped out, she's stupid on that level. Now, my qualm is with Nikki the God. I love this. I love you guys. I love your spaces. But Nikki the God, there was something you said a couple of months ago about some village in Africa where they were fighting for child marriages to be legalized. I wanted to know what country is that, please. And that's it.
Okay. Well, I'll ask Nikki about that. Okay, but thank you, brother. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was about. But Nikki the God, that's my home girl. So I don't know what that was about. But yeah, he did make a point about, most museums are nonprofit because you get donations and grants and things like that. So, the tether class try to move the goalposts so they can hate, because they're gonna hate no matter what. The name of the game is just to hate on the shit, and they can't really hate on it, so they gotta dig up some reasons to hate. It looks fly, people come down to have a good ass time. So, well, do you own it? Well, is it a nonprofit? How much money? You're just fishing for something to hate on. You know what I'm saying? That's how thorough we are. When we can build something, and then you want to hate on it so bad, you got to fish for something to hate. I don't like. How come the parking lot ain't got no handicap parking? How come? How come with no? It was only 3 rows of toilet paper in the bathroom. Yeah, you fish for something to hate on. Yeah, you'll find something. which proves our point about Hayden Tethers. That's why all I have to say is our museum is better than what's in your failed homeland, ma'am. That's all you need to know. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about it. You know, when the Myron Gaines and people like that, notice when you start pointing out, hey man, before you wag your finger, why is your homeland so janky? Well, let's not talk about that. Yeah, let's talk about it. No, let's talk about it. Because you got so much to say about what we're doing. How come you ain't gotten half the shit what we're doing popping in your homeland? Oh, that's different. Oh, no, it ain't. No, it's not. That's very relevant. You need to be taking care of that. Yeah. Let me get someone. Let me get Aryan G. Aryan God and the brother Aryan God. Aryan God in the building.
Thank you for having me up, Tariq.
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Good, man.
You know, I wanted to say you are a legend, man. You are a icon. I found you in 2012 when I was 16 years old, and I was just entering high school at the time. And I was looking for advice on how to deal with females. And there were a few pickup artists, white pickup artists, a guy named Player Supreme, and you.
Yeah.
I binged all of your podcast videos about Player Be Played and The Art of Macking, and I pretty much became a bookworm from there. So that pretty right. So that leads me to my next point. I find it strange that Myron loves to spam the N-word in this low IQ garbage, but he's pretty much eating off a lane that you created. Because at the time I found your material, there was nobody on YouTube or the internet talking about female nature. And I want to say this to Myron. I know you're listening. You're nothing but a bought and defector. And if it wasn't for foundational Black Americans, your ass would still be in Sudan trying to sell your family members for a camel and 2 goats. All that.
Thank you. Yeah. And Arian brought up a good point. Myron and those dudes, you know, Myron he's trying to spit old shit that I was spitting 20 years ago. That stuff, that manosphere stuff, that's that old family. We were doing that back in the Mac Lessons days. These dudes are new. Y'all, I mean, y'all Johnny come latelys. We've been talking about that stuff. We were breaking the game down and dating and dealing with women and how to step your manhood game up. I was doing that over 20, well, shit. Well, I was writing books about it in 2000. And then we started doing Mac Lessons Radio, which was one of the first podcasts, because at the time there weren't many podcasts. I was doing that. I did Mac Lessons Radio in 2006. That's when I started doing Mac Lessons Radio. And the title was what we were doing, giving dudes lessons on how to Mac and how to have a tight mouthpiece. I've been saying I gotta do some kind of documentary on the impact of Mac Lessons, because that changed the game. You had to be around for those days. Because YouTube wasn't really popping like that. There was no such thing as a YouTuber. You understand? There were no streaming platforms at the time. With YouTube, you can only put up a video for 15 minutes on YouTube back in 2006. So we couldn't put our stuff on YouTube like that. YouTube only had a 15-minute limit. A lot of folks don't know that in the early days of YouTube. But yeah, that's something that we might have to do a whole project about, talking about the impact of Mac Lessons and all that.
Good way. Good way. Ooh, yeah.